not a day. You can even have the Janae, you look shocked over there.
Leeches in there.
You have leeches next to you, you're freaking out. Well, all right, what's going on, man?
Sorry, yeah, we've got leeches here. I mean, that face could have been a reaction to the weather or to what we've got here on the table right now. We've got leeches, and I was planning on holding one when we come back, and he looks at me, he's like, are you allergic? I'm, I don't know. Is that a thing? So we're going to find out because it might bite me. We're going to be right back with Alan Jordan next. Oh, are we going right now? Oh, we're going right now. My bad. Here we are. So we can get right into it. So we've got Alan Jordan here from the museum, and they've got a brand new exhibit with some creepy crawlies for you guys.
We do. Our summer exhibit at the Imaginarium is actually called Attack of the Bloodsuckers. It's the science of what's eating you is the name of the exhibit.
Okay.
So it's all about all the animals in the animal kingdom that actually feast on blood, like mosquitoes and leeches and louse and ticks and
The real
all that
vampires.
fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the neatest parts about the exhibit that we really enjoy is it actually has some of the live animals in it. And over here by Jordan actually has some of our mosquito breeding tubes that we have.
There are really mosquitoes in here, guys.
Yeah, so these are actually part of the exhibit. I mean, we have some growing just in our back closet area, but we start them out. We get them as eggs. They come on a paper towel, just little black eggs, and they won't start growing until you get them wet.
Okay.
So you put them in water. So we've got 3 tanks. This one started out with eggs, and if you look close, there's some
They're like little
larvae swimming around in there. They look like little worms. And these have been growing a little longer. We grow them for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So there's larvae in there, and if you look closer, some of them are starting to stick to the top. They start to turn into what are called pupa. And then this one's actually got...
over here.
Those are the little shrimp-looking things sticking to the top. Like there's even more on this one.
There's more on this one, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so they start out as eggs. They're going to little larvae, which you can see wiggling around in there. They call them wrigglers because they look like they're going crazy. And then up to pupa in adults. And so once they hatch, they can actually fly up into the top area up here. And you can see this one. This one's actually got a ton of mosquitoes flying around in it.
Yeah.
And then we even have to give them we put little paper towels like sugar on them in there so they can eat.
Get them real happy. And if you go to the exhibit, like you guys keep them in here. You don't let them out. This is
No,
they
can't get out. These guys can't get out. You can't get them out. And we actually have to kill them. I mean, they're really specific. We can't let them out. After we've had them in there for so long, we started a new batch. We've got another batch growing in our vault right now. And then we put these in the fridge to kill them off.
And that's like a legal thing that you have
Yeah,
to
the
have.
state was very specific
Absolutely.
about us not letting them go. We have to make sure we kill them.
So I did have a question for you guys about mosquitoes. So like, what are they good for except causing us to be miserable when they bite us?
They're part of the food chain. You know, little fish and other aquatic insects, they'll eat the larvae, they'll eat the eggs and things like that. That's why a lot of times mosquitoes, usually they lay their eggs in like little pools in your backyard.
Right.
Or like in toys that have water in them because then they don't have to worry about something eating their eggs and they're more likely to survive, so they've kind of adapted to that.
Okay.
And that's why they do that in just standing water as opposed to, they try not to do it in like a lake.
And even the adults, bats, birds, other insects, eat the adults as well. So they're a important part of the food chain. They just happen to be annoying to us.
So what is probably one of the most, you guys said you're learning a lot about this new exhibit.
Absolutely.
What is one of the most interesting things that you found out in regards to how mosquitoes live and their blood-sucking tendencies for us?
One thing that I point out that you don't really think about, only the females bite you. Only females suck your blood.
Makes sense.
Males eat, sugar or nectar or whatever.
Okay.
But females are the only ones that actually suck their blood. They need it for the eggs and help grow the eggs. So they'll suck their blood and then they'll let it sit for, a day or two before they go lay their eggs. But they need it for the protein. So that's why they suck your blood. Males don't. Males don't bite you.
Oh, okay. And you were saying with the eggs too, they can lay their eggs and they don't hatch until they get wet. So they can lay them on some like
they need moisture to hatch. Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of the biggest. Okay. Very interesting. And I'm sure you've got a lot more that you can learn about mosquitoes if you want to go to the museum there. And we've got leeches too. I think we're going to come back and talk about the leeches after the break, so at least I have a moment to kind of gain my confidence up. It's now 7:17. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 7:20 right now. Jordan and Al are here from the Grout Museum, and like my heart is beating so fast right now, guys. We got leeches here now that we're going to talk about, and this is part of your new bloodsucker display you've got at the museum. So let's talk about leeches.
Yeah, leeches are another one of the things that tend to give people like you the creeps. And we actually have a tank of live leeches on display, and we actually get ours from a local bait shop. They come from Canada.
Okay.
And you have to keep them a little bit cool, but we'll actually see if we can get one out here. They're a little slippery.
Oh, it's good. It's a little one.
But if you want to put it in your hand,
Okay.
you don't have to if you don't
Okay,
want
no,
to, but
I'm going to.
you better before he attaches to me.
Okay. Oh, what if he attaches to me? Okay.
All right. So,
So how long does it take him to bite you?
he's feeling around right now, but actually leeches have a sucker on both ends.
What?
So there's one that they attach with that hang on, and the other one actually has a sucker with their mouth. And their mouth is shaped like a Y. The teeth in their mouth are shaped like a Y.
Okay.
And
So if you keep moving, will they not bite you?
no,
If
he'll still try to attach on. See, some of these guys in the bottom are attached.
Okay.
We'll see if we can
So
get
when
a-
people come to the museum, can
Yeah.
they come and touch the leeches like this?
No, the tank's
Okay.
actually closed because you never know who's
Okay,
gonna.
I'll try again. Let me
You want
see
to try
if I can
again?
do
Yeah,
this.
they'll try and
Okay.
climb out the glass. They'll walk up the side.
Okay. And so, so tell us about leeches and what's cool
So,
about them and what
so
we
there's
should
about there's about
it really started getting strong and moving.
so there's
Oh,
about
right.
700 species of leeches in the world, and not all of them eat blood.
Oh.
The majority of leeches, see, he's attaching to my finger right there.
Okay,
The
yeah.
majority of leeches in the world actually eat other animals. They actually swallow their prey whole instead of
Really?
eating blood.
So
And
it depends on the breed.
yeah, and there's
Okay.
there's a lot of different, wives' tales or things about
Yes.
leeches, and one of the ones that everybody likes to talk about is how to remove a leech.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was a kid, I always heard like take a match and blow it out and then touch it to them,
Oh.
or salt,
Yeah.
or things like those are the things you don't want to do, because if you do that, it shocks the leech and they will detach. But when they detach and they're shocked like that, they actually regurgitate back into the wound.
Ooh, that's
So
not good.
everything, they're basically puking into your bloodstream. So the
Oh.
best way to do it is either to take a fingernail, which I don't have, I have short fingernails, take a fingernail and slide it off, or take a credit
Oh.
card or something, slide it underneath and pry
Oh,
it
'cause
off.
they're just like, ow.
Yep, but these guys,
Oh, look at him. He's attached.
And they
There you
will-
go. If you can get
they'll
that
just
way,
hang
Marcus.
they'll just hang just like that.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually, their mouths are down here, and this is what they're just attaching with right now.
Okay. So what is the most interesting thing you've learned about leeches that people can learn at the museum when they go?
And actually, it was the right way to remove them.
Oh.
When I was a kid, we always, I was always in the creek or the pond or whatever, we would always take matches and burn them off.
Oh, and so you have a lot of leech puke in your blood right now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you love them so much. All right, so if you guys want to go see us, they've got the bloodsucker display up right now. They've got leeches, they've got mosquitoes. Real quick, what else do you have going on there?
The display is actually about 14 different exhibits within the
lots.
display. There's a giant tick you can sit in.
Yeah, you can sit in it and it blows up like
it
it's
blows up like
blood.
it's filling up with blood. There's small blood-sucking animals under microscopes. There's things about how mosquitoes find their food. There's surveys about mosquitoes.
All sorts
There's
of
All
stuff.
different fun stuff.
Tick twister.
Yep,
Oh,
tick
that's
twister.
amazing.
Big twister board.
The exhibit will be up through Memorial Day.
Okay,
or
through-
Labor Day, I'm sorry.
Through Labor Day.
Day.
Through
Yep.
Labor Day. And if these guys are learning stuff from their own exhibit, there's so much for you to learn and maybe just kind of get rid of this scary stuff that is attached to them. I mean, I touched a leech. You can too. Go out and check out this stuff. Get kind of rid of that stigma they have and learn about how cool they are. It's now 7:23 right now. We're going to take a live look out at the Pentacrest in Iowa City. Coming up next, we're going to talk about when the first Pride events are going to take place this week.